Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. Today we have a bit of an outlier in terms of our comfort zone of building things. So, a while back my daughter was griping at me about the fact that I never have any kind of girly cutesy type stuff, but if I did come across any that, oh yeah, she would totally build it. So I thought, okay, well, I've been kind of curious about the Fate Grand Order kits, and maybe she'll try building it with me. So of course I picked it up and she's like, oh no, I don't know what that is, I don't want to do that. So yeah, but what the hey, I'm curious about it, and I have played Fate, I'll admit it, but I always liked the Musashi design. So nice and colorful, and supposedly it's going to be able to look that nice out of the box. We'll see. That's what it's showing like. I'm going to take a wild guess. I'm going to have to keep my expectations in check here. It's 10 centimeters tall. Okay. That a lot of this detail work and the eyes in particular are probably going to be like decals or stickers. So, and I was right. Of course I was right. Why wouldn't I be, right? Stickers and decals it is. Well, the eyes are interesting. Alright, well, give me a sec. Let's get this all torn up and open. So we've got the decals for the kimono, and then all kinds of stickers for everything else. Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, we'll give it a try. Why not, right? Assembly instructions. It is appreciated that we have it in English. Oh, and it does how to explain how to do the dry decals. Cool. That is appreciated. I find it interesting that we're at the point finally where Bandai has wisened up and realized that it doesn't hurt to put these in multilingual instructions. Of course, growing up, we didn't have that luxury. It does have a color guide. Nice. I'm not sure what paints they suggest. This information is current as of February 2020. Okay. Resumes on back. The sticker is applied while assembling. Okay. Admittedly, this does look like a challenge for a young tween, but I think back to what I was doing at that time, and I'm sure I was building way more complex stuff. I do like the fact that it includes a base and a little stand to help prop her up. So yeah, looking at this, you could leave it as is and put a bunch of stickers all over. I'm like, we're going to be painting this. Yeah. Interesting hair color choices. Yeah, I'm totally going to have to paint this. Whether she actually helps me or not, I'm wondering if this is like easy. Yep, okay. So if you ever built like any of the Danboru Senki kits or Little Battlers or whatever they called it, or any of the more current SD Gundam kits, these are really easy to pop off. You don't need a pair of clippers or hobby knives or anything like that. Most of these, just with a little bit of pressure, they're going to pop off on their own. So we do have plenty of colors represented on the actual sprues. Just unfortunately, it's nowhere near like the crazy levels of like Kotobukiya's or Good Smile Company stuff. But then again, this is also a major mass-produced, marketed kit that obviously is going to have a lot more traction than some of the more obscure super robot junk that I might be into myself. So, wish me luck. I don't see any polycaps in here. I don't know how well these things are going to hold together, but this is going to be a first time for me, and fingers crossed maybe I can actually talk my daughter into doing it with me. We'll see. Well, despite my best efforts in trying to harangue my daughter into helping build this, she steadfastly refused, so I had to build our Miss Miyamoto Musashi here all by myself, sadly. And I gotta say, it was funny because my daughter was looking at the parts layout and just got kind of overwhelmed, much like her father does when looking upon a Kingdom Death model. But she was just like, it looks too tough, you do it if you really like it. She wasn't familiar with the game, she was more interested, and she's like, wake me up when they have Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer stuff. She's really into that. So, I gotta say, overall, I was actually kind of impressed. It turned out pretty decent. I used most of the stickers, which were kind of a pain, actually having to get them onto the scabbards of her blades. Sadly, I still don't have a Musashi in the game of my own. I've played, like I said, off and on for the last few years. I dig the designs. But, you know, there is limited posability in the arms, at least. The legs are basically only posable at the feet. I don't know what else you're going to really do with it, but it is just a nice display piece. Honestly, I probably, even though I used most of the stickers up, as they start to wear off, I'm going to probably just go back and paint it up. I think the only ones that probably are going to stay are the eyes, but I mean, you know, that's probably the most difficult one for me to paint to a reasonable standard anyways. In case you're curious just how big these are, and I gotta say, I do like the stands, actually holds them up. I've tried building a couple of these at this point, and at least Musashi here is the one that actually stands on her own with that stand. So grabbing a couple of SD Gundams I have handy, and then I hopefully don't just knock off and have fly away. So you can see she is a little bit bigger. These are the most recent Souketsuden guys. They are not actually made by Bandai Japan. I believe it's Bandai Hong Kong that actually puts them out. It's kind of a joint production. I mean, they're pretty nice kits overall, but they're not anywhere near as big or as flexible and as detailed as the standard SD line that comes out of Japan. In case you're curious for using this for gaming purposes, I have no idea what you would use her for. You want to use her as a Demon Prince? Slaneshi Demon Prince? Hey, I'm not going to knock it. By all means, go for it. But just to give you guys a good size indication there. So she is quite large. Not Imperial Knight large, if you wanted to go that route, but just for the curious. Overall, though, I gotta say it was kind of a fun kit. Definitely outside my usual wheelhouse in terms of model building. A lot of the stuff that went into the construction was pretty simple in nature, but it was pretty familiar territory for the most part, having built so many Bandai kits over the years. And I gotta say, color-wise, design-wise, it looks neat. I think if you want, you know, cutesy anime girls with flaming swords, but with a nice, interesting color pattern, I can't complain. I mean, people will probably question you if you have this sitting there at your office space, along with a multitude of other anime girlies, but, you know, the heart wants what the heart wants. What can I say? But overall, fun kit, and hopefully we're going to see some more of these. I gotta say, there's some really neat designs within the Fate series. I'm not a super big fan of the story or anything like that, but they really do have some cool designs. So hopefully we will see more of these in the future. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.